Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lauren and I hope you'll stick around and subscribe to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I customized my computer. I'll be showing you guys this on my Macbook Pro that I have, and we'll be walking through how I've customized my screensaver, my desktop background picture, my desktop folders, my web browser, and some little tips and tricks here and there. If any of that sounds like something you'd like to be walked through or you just want to see how I have mine set up, then be sure to stick around and watch through this whole video. This analog clock that you see here is what I have set as my desktop screensaver. I will be showing you guys how I got my screensaver to look like this. So what we're first going to want to do is open up a new web browser. Once we have our web browser open, we're going to navigate to analog clock screensaver, which will be the very first thing that pops up. Once the page loads, you'll want to click on it again and scroll down here to find the screensaver that you can save either for your Mac or for Windows. For the purposes of this video, I have a Mac, so I'll be showing you guys how to do this on the Mac. And since I already have it downloaded, I'm not going to download it again. If you don't already have it downloaded, you can take a moment and do that right now. Now that you have the analog screensaver downloaded, we're going to navigate over to System Preferences. We're going to want to go up here to where it says Desktop and Screensaver. Then since you downloaded the file right before this, you will now see it inputted as one of the options under Screensaver. You're going to click on that if it isn't already on it, and you can have it customized to start after 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, however long. Another thing I want to talk about really quickly here, if we look over to the bottom right corner, over here we see hot corners. Over here I have Start Screensaver. What that means, since it's set as one of my hot corners, is when I move my mouse over to the bottom right of my screen, my screensaver automatically starts and pops up. You can also set additional hot corners of your choosing and your desire. Under here, you could set it to put display to sleep, go to the launch pad, go to the desktop, go to application windows, your choice. This hot corners just makes it a little bit easier to navigate and get to where you want to go in a quick manner. So we're going to open our web browser again, and then I went to Google Images. I typed in aesthetic beach background. So you can obviously choose whatever background that you would like. What I did was I scrolled for a bit and I found, oh, this looks like one that I like. Over here in the same window that we set our screensaver in, if you look at the top, and the way I do it is once I download the picture that I want to set as my background, I save it into a folder on my desktop. So over here, I have a customized folder. I'm going to open that. Here's the picture that I want to save. So once I find the picture that I want to save as my desktop background, I'll drag it over to here. And we can now close out these tabs. As you can see, my folders are these stars, and usually when you create new folders, it just looks like this plain blue folder, but I don't really like how the blue folder looks, so I set my own folder image that I thought looked really aesthetic and cute. For the star image, I typed in star PNG. And whatever image you set as your folder image, you're going to want to always type it in as a PNG. So I scrolled down and this is the one that I went with. So this new folder that I just created, we're going to right click and click on Get Info. And then I'm going to open my customized folder where all the images that I want to customize my computer with are saved. There's my star image. So I'm going to want to double click on that and open it up. And then I'll want to click Command A and Command C. Then over here in the Get Info place, we're going to navigate to the top where this little tiny folder image is. Click on that and push Command B. And now you'll see the star image is now set as the folder image. You can see the untitled folder is now the star. Over here in the bottom right corner is this little pencil icon, so I'm going to click on that. Under background, you can choose whatever you would like. What I wanted to go for was this cute pink solid color that you saw that I had, and this is the one I went with, which looks like this pretty light pink color. And then we'll click on the pencil icon once again, and if you look across this top bar here, you'll see the color is grayish black. So the way that I do that is under color and theme, what you select will be set as the top bar. So as you see, if I click these, they will change to those colors, and I kind of liked how the black looked with it. So that's what I set mine as. Sometimes you'll see the little web pages and bookmarks that you visit a lot over here, but I didn't like seeing those right in the center here. Instead, I use bookmarks to bookmark pages that I visit a lot and pages that I need to access quickly. So those are across the top as bookmarks here. I go to Chrome, Preferences, Appearance, and under Show Bookmarks bar, I make sure that's toggled on. There's another really popular way that people also like to customize their Google Chrome backgrounds. Personally, I'm not using this right now, but I think it's also a really great option to go with. What you'll want to navigate to is Momentum, and it should be the first thing that pops up. And here you'll click Add to Chrome, Add Extension. So it asks, what's your name? Instead of typing in my email, I'm just going to put it as stay logged out. What's your main focus for today? Film a YouTube video. And I think this little to-do list that Momentum gives you is quite handy because you can type in your to-do list, and then once you're done with it, it lets you check it off. And it kind of just keeps you on task and on track throughout the day while you're using your computer. So we have System Preferences open, and here I'll demonstrate. When I click on this Customize folder, you'll see that normally it'll highlight it in blue because that's default. So the way I changed this to the way I wanted it to be was in System Preferences under the General tab. You can go to Highlight, and instead of blue as it is during default, I went and clicked on pink. Now, I really like things to be in dark mode instead of light mode, so I set my appearance to dark, and if you set it to light, you can see how it'll change and look this way. So that's how you can change that under the General tab. I really like to use stickies a lot for whether they be to-do lists or any other things that I need to remember and write down. So we open it here and we see over here is my sticky note. Usually it'll be set as yellow. I didn't really like the way the yellow worked. I liked how the gray looked with the text. If I don't want it to be bold, I can uncheck that, have it underlined and bold or italic. And I can change the fonts over here. The font I usually use is Helvetica or the one below it. You can also just drag it and move it around the screen wherever you want it to be. I thought it looked good up here, so that's where I left it. So down here, my dock is hidden. Here, if we right click on it, you can see turn hiding off. Now it's constantly there. I don't like my dock being constantly there, so I turn hiding on. When I scroll across, you can see my apps go like that. So the way I did that is I have the magnification on, but you can also turn it off if you want, so it doesn't do that. I like having it on. And you can also have your dock be on the left, the bottom or the right. I have it on the bottom since that's what I prefer and what I like to have it as. And over under dock preferences, you can have the magnification be larger, so it'll go even larger. I didn't really like having it so huge, so I went that way. And you can have the dock extend even farther across, but I didn't like to have it so big, so I made it a little smaller. And you can also adjust the size by clicking on the little line and dragging it. That about does it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something from this video and how to customize your computer in the way that you desire. Personally, I've always been really into customizing my computer and having it look the way I like.